So recently a client combed out her locks to go to loose natural hair, and I'm going to show you a picture of what that looks like at the end of this video. But really there are so many reasons why this is considered an option, especially when locks are well into the adult phase. Back when I started tending to natural crowns in 2000, there were 4 stages of lock growth: the baby, the teen, the adult, and the elder. The baby is like the starter locks when you get the coils or the 2-strand twists, and they're springy and light and airy. The teen phase is when the actual budding starts. It feels like a small pea in a pod when you squeeze your locks together. And this matted interlocking imprint begins at the bud and expands like a bubble because it's beginning to loosely mat. And so then there's the adult phase, which is like the shooting phase of locks, where most of the hair is pretty much locked in and is compact and tight. And the last phase is the elder phase, which is the contracting phase. It's the final stage in which the hair becomes mature adult locks. An airtight interlock spiraling network system, the locks have become consistent, tight, and fairly solid at this point. So since 2019, some natural hair communities refer to the 5 stages of locks. And in my professional opinion, in the newer stages, mature and rooted are redundant. So these are the 5 stages of locks that natural hair communities are now referring to: baby/starter, budding, teen, mature, and rooted. And often in the mature elder phase, atrophy occurs, which means the oldest hair at the ends are starting to unravel or it gets weakened. Now, there are a number of reasons why atrophy occurs. Sometimes it's chemical damage, sometimes it's stress or tension, and it becomes necessary for you to prune or give the locks a trim. At this stage, once the ends are trimmed, depending on the texture of the hair and the fact that the locks are compact, the hairs at the bottom of the lock where the cut occurred stay compact, or they can just curl up. So now that you're familiar with the phases of locks, let's go back to some important things to look out for that make it beneficial to consider if you need to transition out of locks. Number 1, take note of excessively thinning hair in some areas. Notice if it's a pattern. If tenderness, redness, or irritation exists, it may be best to consult a dermatologist who can analyze the scalp for onset alopecia or cicatricial alopecia, which has become more common in African American women in recent years. Number 2, analyze any patterns of stress or hormonal changes that may be affecting your hair growth, where you may need to talk to a doctor about. Sometimes our bodies are just alerting us to where deficiencies may be present, and more often than not, the telltale signs start in our crowns. So look for ways to eliminate stress if you notice this is a factor. You may also want to look into hormone balancing tinctures or herbal blends to help. Make a note, number 3, of any new medications that may be contributing. Some clients take medications related to blood pressure and may need to be researched further to see if this is the cause of hair loss. Number 4, examine the patterns and styles that you've had while you're wearing locks. Are you constantly wearing updos or styles that are pulled up too tightly? Do you tend to keep those styles in for a long period of time, like longer than 2 weeks? Your scalp and hair may need a break from those. And lastly, number 5, sometimes you just may be in a season of wanting change. A lock, bob, cut, or some pretty layers, bangs, or a big chop may be on the horizon for you. It's time for a new direction, and let's be completely honest. When you look good, you feel good. So if number 5 is where you're at right now, I can help you. Book a consultation at booksankofasalon.as.me. And remember, if your hair isn't becoming to you, then you should be coming to me. I hope this has been helpful. So find out if transitioning out of locks is right for you.